Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for watching. This video is going to be a review on Splendid Spoon. So if you want to know if you should get it, if it's worth it, what's the process like, keep watching. So like most people, I am always trying to eat healthier and find shortcuts to do it. So that led me to Splendid Spoon. So I have for a long time. I was pescatarian for a couple years. I then tried to be vegetarian real quick, and now I'm more of a flexitarian where I don't usually eat meat, but I'm not opposed to it. And basically that left me in a place of like, okay, so I want healthy plant-based leaning food options, but it's just I literally just don't have the time to cook as much as someone who could really finesse all these plant-based dishes. So like I got the cooking skills, I just don't have the time, right? So and yes, everybody's like, you make time for what you have, da, 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 da. But it's like I have to work out, I have to work my job, I have to do my YouTube things. I'm active in community organizations. Like there's a lot going on. So yes, you have to make the time, but also like somebody help me. And that's where Splendid Spoon's supposed to come in. So got Splendid Spoon, got a discount code online. So basically it worked out that for $95, I'm going to put the exact amount that they charge me in the description box below, because now as I feel like I'm remembering it, I'm not. But I'm pretty sure I paid $95 with this coupon code. I paid $95. I can get 5 smoothies, 5 bowls, and then I did an extra $10 upcharge to get 2 noodle bowls. And then I also did the digestion shots. So what I could do is give you a review of the process of getting the food, when the food comes, what the food tastes like, and disposing of the containers. So the initial process of signing up online is very easy, very quick. Their website has great user experience. Click through, get all the things you want. In terms of the prices are the prices. None of these, it's a premium to have food sent to you already prepared, so they're just not going to give you it for cheap. Like, we helping you out, so you gotta pay. But what I will say is, if you really sit there and calculate the cost of, for me, the alternative is buying it individually in the street, right? So I take the price of a Splendid smoothie, and then I compare it to if I go to the juice bar and get a smoothie from there, what that will cost, you know? So it is cheaper than retail prices of buying it individually in the street, but it will not be cheaper than you going to the grocery store and making your own smoothies. So kind of think about where you fall into that spectrum. So if you are like, listen, I get my own frozen fruit from the supermarket, freeze my own spinach, and make little pre-made smoothie bags. I was doing that at a time. And then you just dump the bag, dump some almond milk, some ice, and then you can make your little smoothies every morning, and it makes it faster. That is going to be cheaper. But you won't have as much fruit options. You won't be able to switch it up every day. So, you know, that's one issue. And then if you do the buy at retail, most places, especially here in New York, that smoothie, that's a smooth $6, $6, $7. If you get the bigger the size, $8, $9, you put enough add-ins, protein, you can make that a $20 smoothie. So that is not what you want to do every day. So also it takes time. You gotta wait, put your mask on, go, wait in line, yada yada yada. So tried Splendid Spoon, got the food, was very disappointed. I'm gonna start with the good, the okay, and then hit you with the, no, I lied. I'm gonna start with the ugly, and then the good, and then hit you with the medium. The ugly is that a lot of this food is not seasoned well. It just does not. There are so many seasonings: chili pepper, curry, lemon pepper, so many seasonings that do not contain meat in them. So I just don't understand why they didn't reach for them and put the seasonings in the food, because it just really blows minds. Definitely I was disappointed in the flavoring of it. So many of the dishes were missing that key flavor. And the thing is, at first I was like, well, they want it to be lower sodium, so maybe that's why it doesn't have all the flavor that I'm expecting. But then I turned it to the back, and the sodium, granted, it's not top ramen high, but comparison to the other healthy frozen foods I buy, like for instance, if you go to a Trader Joe's and you buy like their frozen prepared meals, the sodium's equivalent. So it's not like you're getting a much healthier meal. but there's no taste and no flavor. So I'm just like, how is it that Trader Joe's figured it out and y'all didn't? And this is all y'all do. They're actually a supermarket. But yeah, a lot of the meals are missing the flavor. I found myself microwaving them or cooking them on my stovetop and then adding more seasoning and basically re-cooking them and making my own little meal out of it, so that way it would taste good. And when I didn't do that for some of them, I literally was like struggling to eat it. And I would actually, I always kept the lids. I would like take a couple bites and I'd be like, okay, I'm working, so I can't really fully chef it up, but I'm not going to eat this until I can. And I'd have to put it to the side. So that is the ugly of it, that a lot of the food is just not flavorful, not delicious, and you're going to have to go in and make your own, zhuzh it up yourself to make it taste good. Okay, the good part, the smoothies are amazing. You just shake it up real quick, open them up, they taste so good, so fresh. It almost feels like as if you got to work and your friend brought you a smoothie. I was just like, oh, I know you were coming in the office, so here's a smoothie for you. So it sat a little bit, so you still gotta shake it a little, but it still tastes fresh. So you get what I'm saying? So I love the smoothies. The noodle bowls. The noodle bowls taste really, really delicious, and you've probably seen a lot of YouTube people doing like taste tests for the Splendid Spoon noodle bowls. And that's actually how I got sucked in, by watching one of those videos, because I love ramen, and like takeout ramen, restaurant ramen is not necessarily something you can get quickly. You know how it is when you order food, it's gonna take time, it's delayed, you gotta wait for it to come. But I was just like, a healthy option of the ramen and the noodles just like at my house already, excellent, I would love it. But the issue is you can't get the noodle bowls unless you get the other bowls, and the other bowls are gross. So I'm like, ugh, such a conundrum of why I actually did 2 weeks of Splendid Spoon, and I have one more week in my plan, and I just haven't done it because I want to contact them and find out like, what can I do to not have to get the nasty ones? Like, I only want noodle bowls and smoothies. What can I do? So I'm gonna reach out to them and see what they say about that. But some of the food is so gross, and it's so disappointing, and some of it can't be saved. Like, I even tried to cook, add all these seasonings to it, and it still did not taste good. Which we have so many great vegan, vegetarian restaurants in New York that I just refuse to believe that Splendid Spoon is giving me the best, that they're giving me all that they got. Like, it's really not. There's so many that are bad, but let me go through specifically. So the nastiest smoothie is the power green smoothie, and I love a green smoothie. Like, when I make my own smoothies, spinach, kale, green apples, ginger, like I love the a green smoothie. That's my favorite kind of smoothie. But for some reason their power green smoothie just wasn't blended as finely as I would like, and even when you shook it, it never got that thinner consistency. It was still a little too chunky for me, so I didn't like her. What was really good, the red curry noodle bowl, so delicious, didn't need any modifications. I ate that one up, no problem. The dragon fruit smoothie is really good, and it's kind of hard to get dragon fruit at the supermarkets, so to have it already in the smoothie, and it tastes really delicious. The Cuban bowl is one of my favorite bowls. That one did not need any additional seasoning or flavoring. It was good, hot off the presses. And the mango smoothie was really good. Really like that one. All right, the just okay, the coconut curry rice bowl was just okay. The green curry noodles, okay. And then the Mexican tomato chili, I ended up adding my own chili powder to it because it just didn't have enough punch for me. But I will say that that was okay. Like, I wouldn't absolutely hate that. They do have a lot of other options. They have like a fake meat lasagna, a fake meat spaghetti and meatballs. They have a taco. I don't know how I didn't put this on the bad list. They have a taco bowl that has pumpkin seeds in it and no taco seasoning. It's just, the food is not good, and it kind of makes sense because so many people are trying to cut the corner to be plant-based, that if they could just order plant-based easily, everyone would be doing it. And yes, you can order it easily, but it just does not taste good. So one thing I do have to hand to the Splendid Spoon organization though is their customer service is top notch. I got one stank girl on customer service, but the other 3 people I talked to were perfectly nice and helpful and really sweet and were understanding. you do have to manage your subscription kind of closely. So basically what happens is by every Friday you have to decide whether or not you want to order again. And if you want to skip a week, then you have to go in and manually skip the week. If you don't go in and skip the week, they're going to send you the same food you got last time, just repeat it again. How does it arrive to you? In a box with dry ice like substance packed into these little packs, and it keeps it cool. They mail it to my building. I get it just fine. Trying to think. I've never had any issues with delivery, or I didn't get it, or there was an issue. It usually comes in the morning time. If you're not home, I can imagine that might be an issue. But I feel like you can't smell the food on it, that if it was left on your step, that it would, like, the animals would get it. I don't think that would happen. Yeah, so it's just okay. Like I said, I feel like with the smoothies, they're really good. Almost forgot to mention the digestion shots. Listen, I went and partied it up and then came back to do a virtual conference the next day. And if I did not have that little shot, I would have had no energy, and I would have been sad, and I would have been a mess. Those are a good investment, are the shots. But issue again, I had the digestion shot. I saved that for like one day. I was having a little tummy troubles. I drank that thing. Everything was good. I was back to being regular and normal. But it's an add-on. So I think if you get the smoothies, you can still add on the shots. But if you only get the smoothies, I'm not sure if you can add on the noodle bowls. So there's like all these different permutations of like how your meal plan could go. So you do kind of have to sit down and read through the documentation of the website to see what you want to pay for, what you want to get, what you don't want to get, and figure all of that out. But in general, I would say for Splendid Spoon, stay away from the bowls. A lot of them are not good. Just get the smoothies and the shots. Figure out if you could get the noodle bowls without getting the regular bowls. Let me know, because I'm trying to find out. And that's about it. It's just really not a good move. And the thing is, if you find people who stick with eating plant-based, they end up just cooking because they're like, I tried to do this, I tried to do that, and all the pre-made stuff is gross, but now I make my own plant-based food and it's delicious. And the reason for that is because they don't put any seasoning in this pre-made plant-based food. I guess they're trying to do it for like a mass market, but they need to have a robusto plan or something with extra flavor, because this is gross. And this stuff is not cheap. You're talking $165 for lunch and breakfast without the coupon code. I'm pretty sure that's the full price. It's like $165, $150 something. That's not cheap for me to have to then jump up and I really thought I was going to just be able to microwave it real quick for my lunch, eat it, and it'd be fine. But the fact that I be literally taking out pots and pans on my lunch break to cook up the Splendid Spoon so that way I can make it taste like something. So, another okay one is the Shana potato stew. It does not have enough heat to be somebody's Caribbean curry. I'm like, I had to add my own curry, my own scotch bonnet. I had to cook that thing up because it was not, the chickpeas were stewed and the consistency was correct. It's just the flavor was not there. So I was so disappointed. And I guess you don't want to make things spicy, but some things, like, you can add flavor without necessarily adding spice. And I just feel like y'all got a whole team of chefs up there. Someone should have been able to figure that out. So disappointed in Splendid Spoon, but I might continue with the smoothies just because they're an awesome meal replacement. And I kind of want to stay away from, not that there's anything inherently wrong with protein shakes and the Slim Fast drinks, but I would just love to do a smoothie as a meal replacement instead of a Slim Fast kind of, not just necessarily Slim Fast, but like a diet shake kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Splendid Spoon smoothies. I think that might be my wave. So if you have any other questions about Splendid Spoon, please let me know. Put them in the comment section below and I'll try and answer them for you. All right, so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.